Hi everyone. So I've not looked in the mirror for quite a few hours and yeah, this is not good. Like, why is it all red here? That is not a good look. So, guess what happened to my phone yesterday? My phone decided to go to the phone heaven in the sky, which did not amuse me one little bit. Literally what happened was I dropped my phone like earlier in the afternoon, and then I went somewhere where I had to switch my phone off. So I switched my phone off, didn't think anything of it because I've switched my phone off before, and came out, switched my phone on, and you know how like if you've got an iPhone, like the screen's black and it has an apple on it? No, it's white with a black apple, and then it starts working basically. So it was like that for ages, and I'm sat there because I wanted to film, and I'm sat there and I'm like, what's going on? It's not working. Like, what's the problem? Like, I don't know what's going on. So I tried to switch it off and it wouldn't fully switch off, and I'm like, what's going on? And I sat there ages. I thought, right, I'm going somewhere else. I'll drive there. Whilst I'm driving there, it can sort itself out and switch itself on. So I get to where I was going. It probably took me like 10 minutes to drive there, and I'm sat there waiting to film, and I'm like, why is the phone not coming on? What's going on? Why is it not doing anything? It's still got the white screen with the apple, and I'm like, this is stressful. Like, I'm going to have to go home. I'm going to have to try and plug it into the computer, but I've not had it plugged into the computer for so long. And last time I tried to plug it to the computer, it wouldn't work. Don't know why. Not really bothered. I don't care about updating it or backing it up or anything like that. So, even though I'm kind of regretting that right now. So, wouldn't do anything. I know all the tricks to get it to switch off and to come back on without using the normal methods. Nothing would work. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to have to get a replacement. And I think I talked about it a couple of vlogs ago, and how my contract is up because it isn't up till November, and I'm like, there's nothing I can really do about it because I just really can't justify getting a new phone. Here's my old phone. Obviously I'm filming on another phone because I had to get a phone because this piece of poo would not turn on no matter what I did. It just wouldn't turn on. It just wouldn't come off that screen. It wouldn't connect to the computer. And then I'm like, well, what am I going to do? What connects to a computer? So I'm going to have to get a computer as well, because if you've got an iPhone, you need a computer. The computer's buggered. All I've ever done on it in the last couple of years is edit videos. I don't go on it for any other reason. And then I stopped editing on there, and I used to edit on my my laptop, but then my laptop won't, you can't put USBs in it for some reason. It would all of a sudden, it would, and then all of a sudden it wouldn't let me put USBs in it, like the gap wouldn't, I don't know what's happened with it. So I went back to the PC when I went back to, when I needed to edit videos. So I've been editing them on the PC, and then I couldn't edit them because the sound wouldn't work on Movie Maker. So that's how I started filming on my phone, because I worked out on iMovie I could stick all the clips together. So I need a computer as well. I need a lot of things, and computer isn't my priority, so luckily I can film on the phone. So, like, I went onto my provider's website yesterday, and I was like, oh god, I'm going to have to see what I can get. And I didn't, there was another reason why I didn't want to get the upgrade, is because obviously every year Apple launch a new phone, and I wanted to wait to see what came out, and then when my contract was due, get the new phone basically, because I didn't get the new phone last year because I have a 2-year contract basically. So I was like, great, I'm just stuck. What am I doing? Oh yeah, so I went on, and then I found out like I could upgrade, and I found out for another £5 a month or £6 a month I could go from having 3 gigabytes of data to 30. So I've gone for the 30 gigabytes, even though like my income's just really ridiculously low, and that's another thing that's gotten wrong as well. So I was like, oh, I don't know what to get. I don't know. Well, I knew I was getting the iPhone. I've had like the iPhone since the first one came out. I was the only one who I knew who had the first iPhone, but I wanted it. I bought it. I didn't pay the full price. I think I ended up having to pay $250 for it and then contracts. But every time I get a new phone, my contract gets more and more expensive. Like my contract, I don't even say how much a month I pay for my contract. It's ridiculous. But that's how you pay for your phone. But I obviously wanted a lot more data because there's been months when I've run out. Well, I did have 1 GB of data and it used to last me, but now it hasn't been. So I got 3 GB. I got it upgraded to 3 GB earlier this year. And then it only went up like £1 something, but now it's like, because I've gone from 3 to 30, it's only gone up about £5, which shocks me. And for another £4, I can go up to 50, but I'm probably never even going to use the 30, but I'm going to make sure I try and use as most of it as I can. So I was umming and ahhing all day about it. I kept putting it in my basket and removing it and like starting all over again, and I'm like, but I literally went all day without a phone. So I was like, this is not going to switch on. If I had a computer and iTunes were on it, it might have come on, but I've been having problems with this for a little while. Like I've mentioned in videos for a long time, it keeps getting red hot, it keeps switching, but it's not switched itself off for ages, but it keeps getting red hot. The battery's draining like crazy. There was never any space on it, even though I didn't have that much on it. Like I couldn't understand. The thing that I'm like a little bit annoyed and upset about is that there's videos on there that I want, like Billy Joel, Hollywood Vampires. I know I've put them together in videos, but I hadn't uploaded all the individual videos. So I'm like, and then there's pictures when I met Penn and Teller, because I didn't even take them off my phone. I never showed them anyone. They're nowhere that I know of. So I don't have pictures of when I met Penn and Teller, and that's sad. Because I don't back it up to iTunes or anything, so there's things that I would have wanted. There's not like a massive amount in regards to pictures. Like I'm probably not going to find out there's pictures that I wanted in there, and I'm going to be like sad about it, but I'm more concerned that I don't have the videos. And I know I've got like the standalone videos on here, but it would have been nice to have them on my phone, basically. I know it's taking ages to set up and remembering what I had on it, like what apps I had and what I didn't really want, and like remembering passwords. Like for some reason I'm using different passwords on things and I don't know why, and it's just a little bit of a nightmare. It's probably going to take a few weeks to get the phone how I want it. So I've basically got the new version of this, but watch them bring out a newer version in next month. And I'm not going to be happy, but I had to get a phone. Like I went a full day without a phone. Like it was early afternoon as well. I'm going to go and do something and then I'm going to film a little bit more because I need a wee, and I don't know why I started filming. But this is going in the bin. It's literally no use. There's nothing I can do with it. Like I can't even sell it. Like I had a plan to sell it to whoever wanted to buy it, basically, but I can't do because I can't get on it, and I could have done with selling it, but it's going to the iPhone heaven in the sky. Is that right? I don't know, but it's definitely going in the bin. I'm just a bit like, why couldn't it have just like kept going until the new phone came out and let me get that? Luckily I'd not filmed much for my next vlog. I literally filmed a little bit yesterday morning and a little bit in the afternoon before I went to where I went, and I was coming out to film and it was like, so, God, this camera's too good. I remember when I got my last phone, the quality of the camera was like this, but it just deteriorated over time, probably me dropping it. But look at all the crap you can see that you wouldn't normally see. So, quick recap of yesterday, what I did film. So I don't know if I filmed this, but I got up and went to the hospital because I had a hospital appointment and I was running late because when I got there I was like filming and like I've got 3 minutes to get to my appointment, but it's about a 5-minute walk, and I literally got there on time and then they were behind, and then I had my appointment and then I left, and then I went to the shop, and then I was like, oh, I might go and have my x-ray done today because I'm out and about and I don't feel too bad today. 24 hours later I feel horrendous, like my mental health's really bad today, especially as the day's gone on, it's just got worse. So I went home and I got my form, and I don't know if I remember telling you it was an x-ray, but it was an x-ray, and I got my form, and then I thought they're going to make me take my bra off, so I'm going to go without a bra on. So I just put like, I thought I still had it on, like a crop top kind of soft type bra thing, if you know what I mean. Like, you should hopefully know what I mean. And then I went and had that, but I forgot I had this necklace on, so when she did the x-ray you could see it, so I had to put it in my mouth for the second one. And then basically what I thought was, like, you have an x-ray and then the results go through to your doctor a couple of days later. I was very wrong about that. Apparently it takes 10 to 14 days. I don't think it's working days, I think it's days in total. And she's like, oh, it'll be there in about 2 weeks. And I'm like, my doctor expected it back next Thursday. And she's like, well, she's marked it as routine. And I'm like, yeah, because she thought it would be back by the time my next appointment is. And I never told this to the person who did the x-ray, but literally, if I'd gone and got it the next day, on the Friday like I was meant to, it would have been back and it wouldn't have been a problem. That's why she put it as routine, because she knew it'd be 2 weeks until I see her next and it'd be back. So I'm like, oh, my doctor definitely wants it back. She does, that weren't a lie. And she's like, oh, it's not, it's down as routine. Is your appointment booked? I went, yeah, it's booked, it's already, because there's other stuff she's ordered that will be back on the same time. She's like, well, I'll put it through as urgent, so it'll be back like Friday or probably Tuesday next week because it's bank holiday. I went, oh, that's perfect, and thanked her. And I was like, thank God, because literally I thought I could go next Monday, but it was bank holiday, and even if I'd gone Monday and it was marked as urgent and I know they're not open, it wouldn't have been back for Thursday. So I'm glad I went yesterday, and it was only because I was out and it was quite early. It was just after lunchtime. I think I got there like 1:30 anyway, because I came home and like just changed what I said I was changing, and then I went, and then yeah, and that's when I was coming out of there. I tried to switch my phone back on and it wouldn't switch back on. Ooh. Then I had a palaver getting my phone. I don't know if I mentioned it downstairs, but no, I didn't. So I had a bit of a palaver with getting my new phone today. Basically, when I was ordering my phone last night online, I noticed that I've not changed my address since I moved. And I've lived here a little while, over 2 years. And it's because I don't get paper bills. If I got paper bills, obviously I would have changed it, because obviously my bills would be going elsewhere. So I'm like, oh, right. So when I put my payment details in, like I put my card details in, you have to put what address it's at. So I put my new address, and I thought it would override the address and it would get delivered here. Nope. When I went on to check the order, like at 12 or 1 in the morning, it said it was being delivered at a house that I used to live at, that's about 1.5 miles away from here, which, you know, but I was like, oh, I wonder who's delivering it, because if it's DPD, the person who delivers DPD will bring it to wherever I want, basically, because I remember last time I got a phone, it went to that address. Why didn't I change it? I've had all this time to change it. And he rung and he was like, I know you don't live here, like, where do you want this phone? And he actually brought it here for me, and I was meant to change it, and I need to change it now I've got this phone. But basically I was like, I don't know who's delivering it, and I went to sleep, and then when I got up, there was an incident this morning, not to do with the phone, but I'll tell you the phone story first. So got up and I discovered it was UK mail, which is probably one of the worst, along with Yodel. I was like, oh my god, they're terrible. Like, they don't turn up half the time. They're an absolute nightmare. Eventually got hold of someone, said, look, I've moved, I can't be there, or I can be there but I don't want to stand outside the whole day, I don't live there anymore, can I collect it? Because I know where the depot is, can I collect it? Yeah, of course you collect it, you can collect it, bring your ID. So it's okay that I don't live there and my ID is going to show that I live somewhere else. Yeah, it's fine, as long as it's you and you've got your ID and your name, fine. So off I went this afternoon and it was pouring down and I couldn't be bothered and I'm like, oh my god, I don't need this. I had to go on the motorway because it's like 12, 13, 14 miles away, but I know the area very well. And I think I've been to another one round there, was it DPD? Anyway, there's another one round there as well. So off I went and went in, we can't give it to you. I'm like, but I was told on the phone if I come in with my ID and I've got the consignment number, I know where it's going, I know the address, I know everything, I can have it. And they went, no, you can't. And they spoke to the manager, they're like, no. And I'm like, but I've come all this way, you've told me, blah, blah, blah. Oh, customer service shouldn't have told you that. I'm like, so I went out to my car and I'm like, oh my god, what am I going to do? And ended up having to using someone's phone to ring the phone company, and I'm like, I'm at the depot, it's miles away from where I live, I need my phone, like I can't change the address because you want to send the code to my phone won't switch on, my phone won't do anything, that's why I've got a new phone, I didn't want to get a new phone, I wanted to wait, blah blah blah. Well, what you need to do is you need to go to our shop and you need to go and change your address, then they'll contact us, we'll resend the phone. I'm like, I need the phone today, I've not had a phone for a full day, I'm having a nervous breakdown about it, I can't be without a phone, the contract starts today, I'm not paying for it, blah blah blah, there's another way. Well, what you can do is you can go in and if you show them something with your name and address on for the address that we have got, and something with your name and address of where you live now and your ID, they'll give you the phone. I'm like, are they really going to give me the phone? Because I don't believe they're going to give me the phone like with that. And then like, yes, if they don't, get them to phone us. So I was like, great, go in, give them. And this is ironic because when I was getting ready to go out, I thought, and because I've been like having a decluttering session, I found a couple of bits and pieces with my old address on, unopened letters. I got rid of 95% of it and I just had a couple of letters left. So I just took one. There was something in my head that said to me, just take one. And I don't know what made me take it, but I did. And the only thing I did with me that had my name and address of where I live now was the second part of a prescription. Do you know when you get a prescription, the first part of it is the actual prescription, the second part's just, there's normally some kind of message on it, and then if you can order repeats, there's normally a repeat bit on it, and at the top there's your name and your address and your NHS number. That's the only thing I had. And then I had my driving licence. So I'm thinking, oh, this isn't going to work, this is a waste of time. And they accepted it and they're like, why didn't you show us this when you first came? I went, well, no one told me to bring anything to show that I used to live there. And they're like, well, we could have saved all this messing around if you had done. I went, well, if you would have told me, I would have brought it in. So they checked that my driving licence was real, because apparently people use fake ones to get things. I don't know why, but they do, and yeah, it's real, it passed the test. And I got my phone. And then I came home and I'm like, I've not been to the shop yet, but I want to get on my phone. And normally, every time I've got a new phone, the battery's been at like 75%. So I plugged it in and it was dead. So I sat there ages and I started setting it up and stuff. And then I went to the shop at 5 o'clock. The traffic was horrendous. Like, it took me about 15 minutes to get a very short distance because there was these set of lights that only let 4 cars through and no one was setting off straight away. Yet all the other lights around there, they were letting tons of cars through. So we were waiting ages, the traffic was getting further back, and I'm like... Then I walked around the shop and bought like cheese and onion. because I wanted cheese and onion sandwiches. I've had that a lot this week. I need to lay off the cheese and onion because it's making me unwell. So that's what happened. So I came home, had food, blah, 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 started filming. So anyway, to the drama this morning, there's a little white dog on the floor called Cleo. Don't want to say a name because I don't want it to get up. So I'm asleep, back, and I'm like, oh my God, jump out of bed. Like, I'm totally out of it because last night I took a full tablet and I've not had a full tablet in nearly a week, and I thought I'm going to have to get back on them because I'd only just started taking them and my body needs to get used to them, and the higher dose I need to go through it again, and I need to stop putting it off, and I'm scared to take them because I don't want to go to sleep, and I'm taking only half of one because of what time I go to sleep. So it was like 11 o'clock last night and I'm going to do the same tonight. I took a full one. So she's barking like mad, and I jump out of bed, look at the time, it's 7:10. So we all know the type of people who would knock on anyone's door at that time in the morning. You know, the people who made my life a living nightmare for 2 years, that they've lied about me, they've been abusive towards me, they won't let me report crime, they won't come to me if anything happens, and I'll get abuse off them if I'm in 101, blah, blah, blah. I basically thought it was them. I thought, are they having a laugh? What do they want? So I basically got ready to start taking a massive overdose because I've said, and they know I've said this, that if they knock on my door like that, I will take a gigantic overdose. I've got the stuff ready. So I was about to take it, and like I was honestly totally out of it because it was like 2.5 hours almost before I'd set my alarm. So I just go to the top of my stairs, and under my breath I'm like, Cleo, like that, but louder. She's looking at me now. Do you know, like when you do it under your breath? And she started coming upstairs, and I thought that's unusual because normally when she's kicking off like that because there's someone at the door, she doesn't come to you. She came up to my room and I shut the door. I'm like, why are they not knocking again? And I'm like really totally confused. I didn't know what to do, didn't know what was going on. Totally out of it because of that tablet. I'm like, what should I do? And I like put my dressing gown on, which I've not had on for months and months and months. I recently washed it and put it on the back of my bathroom door because I used to always wear a dressing gown, but I just haven't been doing. Put it on and I'm just totally out of it. And then I heard my dad get up, and I'd convinced myself my dad had died. And I know this is a bit like, what the hell? But in my day's state, I thought the landing light on the landing below was on, but it was the landing light on my floor. So I know my dad gets up numerous times in the night to go to the toilet, and he always turns the landing light off. So I'm like, oh, he's not turned the landing light off. He must have died. Like, oh my God. I think it was because I was totally, like, still in my dream world or whatever world was going on. But I heard him get up, and I'm like, what's going on? And then he went downstairs. And I went down, and I'm like, what was the dog barking at? And he's like, oh, it's a guy delivering, like, charity bags. He said he like looked at the monitor, the CCTV monitor, and saw this guy in a fluorescent orange coat with the hood pulled down really low. And I'm like, but why did she bark? And he went, well, she might have been downstairs, and she might have either heard something come through the door, or she might have actually seen him stood there, and she went nuts. So I'm like, oh my God. Because when my dad's at home, she goes nuts if someone knocks on the door. But he hadn't even knocked. But she's like that when he's here. When I meet her, because she knows I won't answer the door no matter who it is, she doesn't always bark. It just depends on how loud they've banged, where she is and where I am. But a lot of the time she won't do it with me. But because he's here, she does do that. So I'm like, oh God, like I was still really quite out of it. But yeah, I have to start taking them because my body needs to get used to them, and it's going to take time. And because I keep going to bed later and later, I'm taking it later. So I didn't want to take full doses and be in bed till the middle of the afternoon, or be out of it till the middle of the afternoon, because I wouldn't be asleep even if I was in my room. And I want to start getting up in the morning because I'm getting frustrated about not being up in the morning. I want to be able to get up. So, you know, I've made a deal with myself to take it at 11 o'clock every night from now on, until I get used to it and see just what happens, because I'm never going to know if this is the right dose or the right medication for me until I've gotten used to it. My body's got to get used to it and then decides if it's the right thing. So I need to give it a good try. I'm just scared of the sleep side of things because I do have horrific nightmares. I don't want to sleep because of them. When I wake up from them, I want to be able to wake up from them. But when I'm having these sleeping tablets, I'm not fully waking up from them, and that's what I don't like. But I've got to give them a chance. So in 45 minutes, I'm going to take another one. I'll get it downstairs with me because the problem is I keep them upstairs because they're going to be part of my overdose if I ever have to do it. I also have separate set of tablets downstairs in case I'm downstairs and I can't get upstairs because I have to walk out there. So they would see me walk out there. So I do have other tablets to do that with. But I do keep that upstairs because obviously I want to add them to my overdose for sleeping tablets. But I'm not going to say what my overdose is because then they can help you. And I don't want to be helped, but I would do it just because of what they've done to me. They've made my life hell, they've lied to me, they've been abusive to me, they've put me in interviews, they've intimidated me to do the interviews, they've forced me, I've been under the influence, I've not wanted to do them, I've just gone along with things just because that's what they wanted. I'm scared to death of them. They've made my life a living hell. My anxiety and depression is how it is 90% of because of them. I don't want them at my house. I know what they're like. They bad mouth me all the time. Even the one who I thought was on my side, who, you know, was nice to me and was always there when I needed him and whatever, he's apparently slagging me off as well. So I don't know why they feel it's necessary to do this to someone who's done nothing wrong. But, you know, someone commented like, have they got nothing better to do, like actually solve crime and murders and things, like why do they have to make up lies about you, aka me, and make you out to be someone we all know you're not. So I know people who will say, look, they're lying, like they don't even know me. Very few people know me and they didn't even bother trying to get to know me, so that what they're saying about me is a load of lies, to be honest. So oh god, got like some I feel like I'm going to be sick. Wouldn't that be fun? Anyway, I think I've bloody filmed a vlog's worth and my dog's looking at me cute. I'm going to film it and then I've done a full vlog today. And I'm feeling down, which isn't good. I had 2 okay days. Barely got anything done yesterday because of my phone issue. Today I've just solved my phone issue. I need to try and get stuff done tomorrow. Probably won't do. I just take each day as it comes. But she's super cute.